fifth graders, I'm here to teach you all about fables, which is what you are going to be doing for your language arts. So a fable is a short story that has characters that are animals and tells a moral. And you may be asking, what is a moral? A moral is a lesson that anyone can learn. Okay, that anyone can apply to their lives. Okay, and an example is never judge a book by its cover. Okay, we can all take that and we can all learn from that. Okay, and Aesop was the father of the fable. He was a storyteller in ancient Greece. And the purpose of a fable is to educate us with that moral. It's to teach us something. Okay? And an example is the dog and his reflection. So here is an example of a fable. It happened that a dog had gotten a piece of meat and was carrying it home in his mouth to eat it in peace. Now on his way home, he had to cross a plank lying across a running brook. As he crossed the brook, he looked down and saw his reflection in the water beneath. Thinking it was another dog with another piece of meat, he made up his mind to have that also. He made a snap at the reflection in the water, but as he opened his mouth, the piece of meat fell out, dropped into the water, and was never seen again. So I want you to take a second. What do you think the moral is? What could we learn from this story of this dog? Okay, I'll just give you a second. Okay. The moral is greed only leads to the loss of something more valuable. And we see that because he thought that the other dog, which is his reflection, was trying to steal the meat. And so he tried to go after that dog, but the dog was really him, and so he dropped his meat. And he lost it forever. Okay. There's some others throughout that you guys can look at. You can find this PowerPoint on RunWeb to check out these different fables. You might even recognize them. The tortoise and the hare. We can always learn that speed is not the winner. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay. Okay, so when we're looking at a fable and we're looking at writing a fable, we're going to look for these different things. What are the characters? What stereotype? Things that we say about all people. We put people in a box and say they're all like this. Was the setting well described? Where does it take place? Is it in a forest? Is it in a mountain? Is it at the beach? Is it in your house? Okay, what did the setting match what you're telling? Can you clearly identify the problem or conflict? Okay, what is going on? What is the issue that the characters are having? How was the conflict resolved? Was the moral easy to understand, and did the moral fit well within the story? When we read your morals, when we read your fables, we should be able to pick out your moral and say, this student had this moral for this fable. Okay. So your step one, before you think of your characters, your setting, or anything, you're going to think about your moral. And you're going to have in your packet a paper that looks like this, and this has all the morals that you could choose. So you're going to pick one of those for your fable, and then you're going to pick your characters, which are animals. Okay, so the lion has a stereotype of being strong and prideful. The wolf is dishonest and greed. The lamb is innocent. So you want to think about what those characters have. What is their stereotype? Okay? And personification is what we're using in this story, is when you apply human characteristics to something non-human, animals. Okay? Step 3 is to pick your setting. And you want to make sure that your setting makes sense with your characters. So if you have a lion, are you going to put the lion in your house? Are you going to put the lion in the beach? Probably not. You might find it in the safari though. Okay? And step 4 is to pick your conflict and resolution. And remember, conflict is the problem, resolution is how that problem is solved. Okay? And then step 5, or now you're good to your writing. So beginning, middle, end, of course. And our requirements for you is to have a whole page of a story. And we need to be able to identify your moral quickly from reading your story. Okay? And that is your language arts fable assignment. So what you're going to be working on today is this page that is also in your packet. So this will be your brainstorming and your thoughts. So beginning, middle, end, problem, characters, setting, and the moral. Okay, so get to work.